I was hanging out in the guest bed of my home, facing the wall, and heard the door open. I thought it was my aunt, so I asked if she could turn the light off, but she didn't respond. I asked again and still no response, so I just brushed it off. Then I felt something lay next to me in bed and thought it was her, so I turned around to ask her why she didn't respond, and there was no one laying next to me. I immediately got up and slept in my mom's room. I wasn't alone, but I was with a teenage babysitter, so we were at home without an adult when a strange man just walked in the front door where we were playing. He looked surprised to see us there. I remember the man claiming to be a pizza delivery driver and asking us if we ordered a pizza. My babysitter was quick to react and asked him why he just walked into the house, and also where the pizza was if he was there to deliver a pizza. The guy said it was in his car and that he'd go get it. My babysitter closed and locked the door behind him, and shortly afterwards there was a loud knock at the door. This time a large shirtless man was standing outside, also claiming to be a pizza delivery guy. Still no pizza, of course. My babysitter wasn't having any of it and yelled through the door to tell the man he was calling 911. Thankfully, it was at this point the two guys got back in their car and drove away. I remember my babysitter being frustrated with the 911 dispatcher because they thought he was saying he was afraid of a pizza delivery person. It left us all with a lingering, uncomfortable feeling, mainly concerned that the two guys might return, and it led my parents to get an alarm system after that incident. Looking back now, I can see how wrong things could have gone if it weren't for the quick thinking of my babysitter. It might be reasonable to assume burglary was the initial intention, but I've always wondered what the intentions of that second guy were. That part is probably what is most unsettling to me. This happened many years ago when I was but a youngster. In my suburb, there had recently been a spate of break-and-enters. Where I live, they tend to happen suburb by suburb. Like, one suburb will get hit a bunch, and then there'll be nothing at all for a while. My family had gone away for the weekend, but I had stayed home because I had to work. I was up at midnight watching a James Bond movie, Live and Let Die for those playing at home, with all the lights in the house turned off, and I heard a really sudden and strange thud from my kitchen living area. I instantly knew it was a weird noise. Nothing in the house made any noises like that, so it was immediately suspicious. Just as I was about to get up and go check it out, I heard it again. That's when I realized it was actually the thudding of the thick glass sliding door from the kitchen to the outdoor patio. As I mentioned, all the lights are off, so I'm making my way through this house, turning lights on. When I reached the light switch to turn on the patio light, I hit all of the lights at once, including the light at my front door, which is visible from where I'm now standing. We had those glass panels next to the front door, which I could now also see out of since the light was on. There was nobody at the patio area at this time. But through the glass panels at the front door, I saw someone sprint past and out of the yard. Even though I couldn't see any details, it was unmistakable to see that it was a person running past me. It later occurred to me that they were most likely kicking the glass patio door to try and smash it and break in, as I later learned that this was apparently a common method of entry during these burglaries. I had initially assumed they were hitting it with something, but a boot would explain the deep, hollow thud of the noise better than striking it with anything. It was pretty spooky at the time, just that sudden realization of, that's not a normal noise. It's kind of crazy what your intuition knows in moments like that.